Good morning, students. This is a literature chapter 5, The Last Truck Ride. In this chapter, there is a truck driver and his assistant. This story is written by Ruskin Bond. The name of the driver is Pritam, and the name of his assistant is Nathu. In this story, you will learn the relationship between Pritam Singh and Natu was warm and affectionate. They understand each other, joke and laugh together. It here refers to the track of Pritam Singh. It is old and nearing a stage where it would not be able to run well. The road was narrow, steep, and uneven. Pritam Singh was a rash and reckless driver. He drove very fast even on the narrow mountain road which had many hairpin bends. By this statement, Natu meant that quarrying damaged the lane. He realized that it was better to learn a living by agriculture while conserving nature. So, it is our responsibility to work in harmony with nature. Pritam Singh realized that trees are an important part of our lives. It is better to be safe than sorry. So, here is the summary of the story. The Last Truck Ride by Ruskin Bond is a short story about a truck driver Pritam and his assistant Nathu. Pritam is a 50-year-old sick man. He drives a rickety truck on the mountains. He makes 2 trips every day and carries limestone quarries from the blasting site to the depot at the bottom of the hill. Natu is around 12 years old. He is from a far away hilly village. Because of poverty and scanty resources at his village, he has come to the town to work so that he can run his family that lives in the village. Nattu is working for Pritam for over 6 months at the wage of 10 rupees per day. Pritam's 2 sons live in Punjab and he will retire soon to live with them in Punjab. Pritam is a fast and reckless driver despite knowing that the roads in the mountains are tumultuous and narrow and curved. Nathu often talks about his poverty and village life and nature there. Nattu has a walnut tree before his home in his village, and that tree gives 2 baskets full of walnuts every year. The place where Nathu walks in is a different place than his village. Here he sees the blasting of the mountains for the sake of limestone, and mountains are left barren and dusty. It is the commercial need that is stripping the mountains of its flora, fauna, and trees and vegetation. Pritam loves his track and he often blares the horn loudly. He loves the music of it, despite getting warning from people. Pritam doesn't listen to anyone and continues driving the truck recklessly. Well, one day, after loading the truck and with some laborers on it, Pritam starts the truck for the depot. He is driving fast, and out of nowhere on a narrow road, a stray mule appears in the middle of the road. Pritam loses the control. As a result, the truck carriers of the road, and it rolls twice before it is stopped by a strong tree. Laborers jumped off the truck, and Nathu finds himself among the nettles. Pritam breaks some of his horns, and in an hour's time he is taken to the hospital. In the hospital, Nathu and Pritam hold a conversation about the importance of trees in the mountains. Pritam decides to go back to Punjab while Nathu to his village. From this story, it is clear that the author is concerned about the losing beauty of hills, that is, trees and wildlife. Another great aspect is the sacrifice Nathu makes to find his family back in village. So this is the summary of The Last Truck Ride by Ruskin Bond. Thank you.